In this video, I'm rolling with Aaron again and Bruno. Bruno, the unchokeable white belt. I'll put the link to that video in the description. Aaron is a talented white belt. He's been a white belt for a while, a seasoned white belt. And I'm letting him start in side control. I've been doing this a little bit because I had a slight knee injury and I wanted to not put pressure on it by playing guard. So if I could just escape side control and sweep or whatever, so that was my thinking here. And the injury came, somebody put their arm behind my leg and pulled to try to get into maybe an ashi, and I couldn't get off my own foot fast enough. So it gave my knee a real pull. My hamstring was pulled all the way up to my crotchal region. So here I'm just trying to see what type of submission attacks he has. He's a good white belt, and his progression is really, he's strong, he's good, he's athletic. But his game is only good enough at, he's only somewhat proficient at guard passing. So if you let him start, like I let him start in side control, you could see he doesn't really have a submission chain that he works with. That leaves me with two bad options. Dilemmas. So I'm defending, I'm relaxed, I'm looking to get out. As you can see, he switches. So here he tried to go for the north-south choke, which I defend by putting my arm in that position right there. He could never get it now. And there I'm looking for my own triangle attack. No arm triangle coming back. So here, as you can see, I'm just keeping the pressure. When I talk about frames, this is what I mean. I'm keeping his ability to squeeze me. I'm keeping something in between that. In that instance, it was my forearm. So here I'm looking to spin out. So I have wrist control, and as soon as I feel the pressure come off, boom, I'm up. But again, I have a little knee issue. It's almost healed, and it was only damaged somewhat for a couple of weeks. You should stay home when you're injured. I went against my own advice here. But to be honest, I've been on a roll lately, and I feel like I'm having a noticeable improvement. I'm past any plateau for the moment, and I'm climbing, and it feels good. That's usually when you get injured, by the way. So here I'm playing a guard this time, but as you can see, I'm kind of letting my left leg hang. I'm not trying to do a lot with it. There, that was almost a back take. See how I did the arm drag? I'm going to have to put this in slow motion. So look, I almost took his back. When he realized that, he pushed my leg down, and I went for the arm drag, and then I push his arm back into his body, back into the dead angle. And I do this sweep a lot in the videos, I notice. It's very basic and super effective and safe and easy. So if you want to watch that part, rewind it. I went from the arm drag to pushing his arm back into his chest. It's not a strength thing. He has nothing behind him. So here he has me in closed guard. He still uses, a good deal of his athleticism, and he should. He's a little bit smaller, not, as experienced. He's probably only has I'm guessing here, I'd say a year of experience. But I'll tell you this, he'd be a handful for anybody with no experience. More than a handful. At the higher levels of jiu-jitsu, it's just subtle differences that make each belt level purple, brown, black. Everybody at those levels is highly skilled. Sometimes you get somebody that's an extra good purple belt, or you get a guy that's not so good at black belt. Maybe the black belt used athleticism his whole life, and now he's losing that as he ages, and he doesn't have technical answers, which I've seen that before. So there, I did a snap down on him, and I'm looking for a choke immediately. I should have just fell for the guillotine, but I was trying for the Darce. So there, I tried to throw him over to my right. What I should do here is spin my head underneath his ribs to my left, do like a gator roll. Instead, I just tried to do it to just cheese it, and it didn't work. So that ends that round. And now I'm going to be moving on to Unchokeable Bruno. But Aaron has another video on the channel. I'll link that. He's definitely a competitive white belt. Nearing the next level. You have to make the next level before you can be awarded it. Right? You don't want to get your belt too soon. You want it when people are already saying, yeah, that guy's really the next belt. Whenever they see you roll, oh, that guy, oh, he's really a purple belt, or, and then the shadow of your skill is there, and then you get awarded your next belt. So here I'm asking Justin to roll. He's a very muscular gentleman. He competes. I'm not sure what his competition record is. So here's Bruno. He's this giant. When you feel him, like his strength, it just feels like professional athlete strength. So there I just did the tripod sweep. I wanted to let him start in side control, and he didn't understand me. And then I just played guard. I think there's music blasting. This is an open mat, I believe. So you could see he has me in closed guard, but his feet aren't even linked. It's like a lazy closed guard, right? The legs are low, the knees are low on my waist there. So I could just stay here all day because I know I can't be hurt from here. I'm not being taken off my base. See, you want to get my butt away from my feet. See, that started to happen just now? If he gets my butt away from my feet, that my structure starts to come apart. So there I just slid past his leg by making an angle that he didn't think of. There's Lawrence in the background. He's rolling with Mike. I have videos with them, both of them. Talented purple belts. And that's Chris and Jimmy. I think I have a video with Chris. He's on the bottom holding on to the guillotine too long. I'm in mount. I'm not trying to crush him. I'm not using a ton of downward pressure. If he explodes, I will just go to knee on belly or go to an arm bar or whatever he gives me. See, your arm has to be somewhere. That's why it's so easy to get the gift wrap in that position, especially when someone's not aware of it. So here I'm trying to use my legs. You always want to use your legs more than your arms in jiu-jitsu. That's the whole advantage of jiu-jitsu. So as you can see, I finished him with the bicep slicer. Why? Because he's stronger than me, and it would take a lot more effort to unpeel his arm. So I'd rather just do what's available. But that being said, I think Bruno is going to be a handful one day. And the reason why I say that is he's still relatively new. I think it's 3 to 6 months, but he's there every week. When I'm there, he's there. He doesn't disappear. He's devoted. So if you start as a white belt, that's when your devotion needs to be the highest, because you want to get your skill level high enough that you get out of the injury risk zone. The injury risk zone is like those first couple of months, basically. That's when you're going crazy and doing stupid things that you don't realize your body doesn't have the durability to do. Half the time when I'm rolling, I'm thinking, how can I stay safe here? It's a large part of my thought. There's Shahan in the background. He's with Yusuf. They're both really good. 2 blue belts. So we're doing a lot of wrist fighting here. I've talked about this before. I could just stay here, get all my energy back. I'm at 100% energy. And just annoy him. See, I'm laughing. Because he's not doing what he has to do to break that grip. And what he has to do to break that grip is rip his arm across the mat, up over his head. So away from me. Where if I held on to that wrist, I would be pulled off of my base. So if I don't feel that, I could just hold on. And also, you're not getting your wrist out of range of my grip. So here he's trying to do a hip bump sweep, and he's very good at it, by the way. And then I was able to just get under his arm there and take his back. Again, that's just experience. But even with the experience, it's super simple, but you have to think of it on the fly. So here I have my left leg behind his leg. I don't have a body triangle. I could have it. But as you can see, I'm doing a really good job controlling him that way, and I'm not locked to him. So if he makes any big explosive movement, I can spin, I could go to mount. See there, he went so far that I took the body triangle. And there he's pushing back the other way, and I let it go. As you could see, as I just said, I want to spin to a mount. This is even worse than just being on his back for him, because it's like a back mount. Here he's trying to slide out. You know, he's doing a good job. As you can see, I have his left wrist controlled, and I'm looking to set up that armbar. Again, he's got extraordinary strength. I don't know if it's natural. I have a feeling it's just natural. So there he tried to spin out. I brought my knee to his waist. You see, I do this a lot. Oh, and that ends the round. Thank you for watching. I got a lot more great content coming out. I'll put the links to our prior rolls in the description. If you find value in my content, if you want to help support the channel, I have a X-Marshal link in the description. Anything you buy with code Jits over 50 is 15% off. And here I'm just giving him some last-minute close guard, how does he break my grip advice. And see, that's what I was trying to explain earlier. You want to pull your arm up and away so he can't follow it. If he was to follow that or hold on to it for dear life, he would be taken out of position. But thank you for watching. Please like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you.